Hey, it's Charlene here, and I just wanted to come to you from my office really quick to give you this quick webinar about some of the free marketing resources that we've been talking about as real estate investors and the curiosity behind that because we all know how expensive it is to go out there and do all these different forms of marketing. And one form of marketing that we haven't been talking much about is email marketing. We've been talking about skip tracing. We've been talking about, text blasting and bandit signs and mailers and all the things, but we haven't talked much about email marketing. And email marketing is one of the most profitable ways of marketing out there. So what I want to talk to you about today is how we can begin to learn about this process, set these systems up for free while we're practicing and learning while our business is still small, and we can, as we grow, we can expand that and maybe go to some other platforms that we like that have more bells and whistles and all the things. But what I'm going to show you today is not a deep dive into all this stuff, but I am going to show you how I've learned to create sales funnels or landing pages, collect emails, and how I'm going to set up email campaigns to then market to my potential buyers or my potential clients that I want to buy from as an investor. So let's get into it. All right, so welcome to this quick webinar from my home office for new business owners needing some resources for free marketing. Who will benefit the most from the information I cover today? How do you know if this is the information that you need? Well, if you're a new business owner and you want to use the internet for free marketing strategies in your business, this is the right place. Or maybe you've been in business for a while and you've been using traditional or other methods and you really haven't been utilizing email marketing, and you want to get away from maybe hosting a website, it's taking up too much time, or you're paying too much money for that. You don't want to run ads to your site, hoping that people like it enough to call you. Okay, this is a good place. Maybe you're someone who doesn't have a lot of time or creativity to dedicate to building a website in the first place, and you just want to start off with a simpler route that you can take that would be free after you purchase your domain. Then again, you're in the right place. So you're going to be hearing me use the phrase affiliate marketing quite a bit and wonder why I'm talking to you, the new business owner or new real estate investor who has no desire to be an affiliate marketer. Well, affiliate marketing is just promoting someone else's product or service. You and I are promoting our own products and services, but the marketing we need should have the same effectiveness whether we're promoting our own product and service or someone else's. The tools I learned as an affiliate marketer are the same tools I'm using in my REI business. So let's talk about objectives. What are my objectives for today's webinar? Well, this is time to think creatively and outside the box. I'm going to give you some valuable information for your new business about how to use social media, free marketing tools to increase leads, automate a portion of your marketing, and cut your administrative workload in half. My hope is that by introducing you to some of these methods, you'll get inspired to keep thinking outside the box and come up with even more ways that you can tap into these resources for any other projects on your entrepreneurial mind. Today's webinar is not a deep dive into setting up your business marketing strategy, okay? And it's not all the ins and outs of the software that I'm going to be showing you today. I am going to compare a couple of platforms for you, show you how I intend to use them in my real estate business, and give you some resources for you so how you can take the information I give you today and do your own deep dive into what meets your specific needs. But first, who am I and what qualifies me to speak about this topic of marketing? Well, my name is Charlene, and I had been a stay-at-home homeschooling mom and military wife for about 20 years. So I was used to managing my own time generally and pursuing various side gigs, as they call them now, to make extra money. But in all those entrepreneurial attempts, I never knew anything about marketing. So I was never able to scale those businesses to be any kind of real financial game changer. Well, while going through a divorce in 2019, I went to grad school, and COVID hit, which shut my school down, and suddenly I found myself homeless. But with the help of family and friends, I was able to borrow enough money to purchase an RV, and I lived in it on my sister's property until I finished school online. I took a remote job that wasn't for me, and during that time was when I learned about affiliate marketing. I decided to take a $7 marketing course to learn the basics, but quickly discovered that what I was learning through this company was going to get me where I really wanted to go long term, which leads me to how I found my calling. You see, my whole adult life, I've had a passion to help other women grow. I've always been in roles of service. I was a teacher, a mentor, counselor, friend. And after going through a rough divorce in my 40s, I began the deeper work of healing myself from a lifetime of traumas. This only gave me a softer heart for women who are facing similar roads. Divorce over 40 is a whole different beast, and there's a record number of women facing this difficult journey, unfortunately. I knew that this affiliate marketing course was teaching me how to develop my own voice and put it out into the world in a safe way that would be valuable to other women. As a small business owner and new investor, we need to do the same things. We need to develop our voice in the marketplace and communicate effectively how we solve someone's problem in a unique way. That's why I fell in love with the marketing program I took and why I'm sharing those resources with you today. I know you're going to find valuable information here, and if nothing else, we've spent some great time connecting. As new business owners and real estate investors, we keep hearing, "She who markets most wins." We've learned that we need to reach our target audience 7 to 12 times in different ways, whether that be mailers, phone calls, text, voicemail, bandit signs, emails, on and on. All the various tools we need to achieve these points of contact gets expensive. What if we could utilize low cost or free resources for at least one of those modes? The affiliate marketing course I took not only taught me how to identify my target customer, but how to use social media, sales funnels, email campaigns, all to reach my audience with information, motivation, and offers for valuable products and services they are already searching for. As new real estate investors, we're buying domains, setting up websites, potentially running ads to those sites, and looking for ways to reach potential sellers. We need to understand SEO, search engine optimization, to generate organic traffic to our site, and we need to find ways to keep costs down in our overall marketing strategies. I learned about all of that in this course. We've learned a lot from other investors about generating lists, skip tracing, using various platforms for mailers and phone-based marketing tools, but I haven't heard much talk about utilizing email marketing. According to Statista.com, very cool website that just collects all kinds of stats, right? The market for global email marketing was valued at nearly $8 billion in 2020, but it's projected to increase to nearly $18 billion by 2027. This statistic tells us how much money people are spending through emails they're receiving. We clearly need to tap into this market as real estate investors. But how? All right, this is the marketing workflow. We need to create a way to reach our target client. We do that either using social media posts like Facebook, Instagram, writing a blog, creating a website, running an ad to that site, etc. But we want to create something called a lead magnet. This is something that draws our client into us as a trusted source of information. So we might create a free checklist on how to get your house ready to sell, or a checklist of ways to avoid foreclosure, or a free guide on how to get the most money out of the sale of your house. Get creative here. What value can you provide by means of something informational that will really light the fire behind the eyes of your ideal client? Create a PDF checklist or a guide that you can give away to them in return for their email address. The freebie needs to be super valuable or they're going to pass you by. So then we promote the heck out of our lead magnet because we want to collect emails. Once the client has given us their email, our first email to them will contain that free item, video, spreadsheet, checklist, whatever. This starts the email campaign. The email campaign is a series of emails that is set up to run automatically as often as you decide. Could be daily, weekly, monthly, whatever. We create these emails ahead of time once so they can run automatically while we get busy on other tasks at hand. Your automated emails are marketing for you while you're performing other high income producing activities. They need to be packed with value. These emails need to be full of value that help your client get educated about the process they're going to engage in with you. They should know how you help them, and your client should know why you're the best option for them and how you're different from other people. They should be getting to know you, starting to like you, and most of all, trust you. Another thing I want to mention about this workflow is that you may not want to be, going much out on social media and drawing people to you. There's another way to begin this process. When you're at the beginning, you really should. We have been advised, right, to start a YouTube channel or start a Facebook page or a Facebook group. You really do want to utilize those things, but if you're not quite ready for that, another thing that you can be doing that I am probably going to try myself is when I pull a list, I'm still going to be pulling lists for sending mailers and making phone calls, right? I'm just adding email as another very profitable way to reach my client, to get to know my client. And so another way that I'm going to start this workflow is, because I probably won't create a whole lot of social media content. It's not going to be my main driver. But what I can do is when I pull a list, it oftentimes has an email provided as well. And so what I'm going to do is just take those emails and plug them into my list. You always need to make sure that you have an unsubscribe option and that you're doing this according to the laws of your own state. But what we can do is, when we pull these lists, we can, list out, grab all these emails, plunk them into our email autoresponder and start that way. So that's just an alternative way to begin this workflow process that I didn't mention before. If as a real estate investor, you pulled one of these lists from an online REI source, you want to be thoughtful about how often you want to touch them through email. So if it's a tired landlord list, maybe you want to send an email weekly or every other week. If it's a foreclosure list, you want to be hitting them every single day, right? Because oftentimes people aren't thinking about their foreclosures until the very last minute. If it's a divorce list, maybe you want to, divorces can take a long time. That maybe you want to do every 2 or 3 weeks. You have to decide what's right for you in your market. Probates maybe weekly. Another great point to consider is just remember that these emails need to be brief and they need to be compelling. Okay, this is the art of copywriting. This is called copywriting. The course I took for affiliate marketing had a segment on effective copywriting and resources to continue crafting that skill. But a great book I read too that you can grab on Amazon or anywhere you like to buy books is this book called Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. He talks a lot in that book about the psychology behind communicating, what our client needs to hear from us and how quickly they need to hear it, and what's important to people in general. Also, another resource that you can use to help you create these emails is ChatGPT. There are lots of AI tools that are coming out now that will create the framework for your marketing emails. But just remember, if you utilize ChatGPT, you really want to get in and edit those and inject your own personality to those, because you don't want your emails sounding robotic. All right, I'm going to take you out to my affiliate marketing site, show you that first, the one that I use in my affiliate marketing business, so that when we get to the next site, I'm going to show you it's a real estate investor's site. You're going to see how they're exactly the same. All right, so I'm looking at it off screen over here as we go through it. So the thing with these funnels, these landing pages, these sites, how they differ from websites is you don't have all of the visual stuff, right? Like, it's one of the things that Donald Miller, talks about in his book, Building a Story Brand, is today's marketing problems are that we have inundated our client with too many things to look at. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. And you've got to get your message very clear, very quickly to your potential client. So what I started out with here, now this is the website that I use to promote in my affiliate marketing business. Remember I said, so I promote that $7 course to teach women the basics of marketing, the basics of affiliate marketing, because it's a lot easier to promote someone else's product because you don't have to deal with customer service and returns and all the things and creating stuff. You can just find stuff that you love and go promote it. And they send you, when someone goes because you sent them there, you give them a link. The company already has built into their marketing budget, kind of like a stipend, or like a portion of their marketing budget goes to that person, just like they would pay an ad agency or something. They're just utilizing regular Joe Schmoes like like we are today. So what we want, so when I promote this affiliate marketing course, I plaster this website all over the place. And so they go to this website. Hopefully it's my target audience, because everything I'm creating, all the content I'm creating is talking to that person. And so she goes to my site, and the first thing she sees is my face. I want her to see my face. I want her to see that I'm a person. I want her to see that I care. I want her to look in my eyes and know I'm not just some spammy, scammy chick who's trying to sell her something. Like, my goal in this is I really want to begin that level of trust. And there's nothing like starting that than, a face-to-face interaction. So in a digital world, this is, one of the best ways. A video would be better. And I may go to that someday, but right now it's just a picture of my face, smiling at her, hopeful. She knows that she can trust me. And then I get into very quickly what she's here for. She's here to discover essential marketing skills. And my voice, my angle in, how I promote what I'm promoting and what I want to teach women the most, because it's what I struggled with the most, was how to connect with your own voice and your own passions and use that to build income, break cycle of financial dependence, make a difference in the lives of those around you, and finally start living the life that you have dreamt of. So very quickly, immediately, she knows who's talking to her and what I want her to know. She also needs to know very quickly what she needs to not be afraid of. Like, we all know, maybe you don't have social media presence, maybe you don't want to show your face on camera. Like, these are some of the pain points, right? So address the pain points very quickly. And then this next section goes into what the course calls the hero story. So how you connect with your client's pain points, what you learned that helped you overcome that, and how you now help the next guy. So after they get through all of that, down here at the bottom is a form. I'm telling her that, hey, I've created this ebook. It's going to tell you more about affiliate marketing. It's going to tell you more about me. It's going to tell you about this exercise I created to go through and find my voice again, and find my passion, discover the things I love. I've included all of that wrapped up in a nice little package. Drop your email here and I'll send it to you. Okay? That's how this works. So once she puts in her email, it goes to the next page. This is the sales funnel, so it takes them across different steps. But as an REI investor, when I set up my real estate investment one, it's just going to be a single page. There's not going to be additional pages. So I'm going to take you to a real estate investment site and show you that it's the same thing. Okay, I just typed in sell my house for cash fast or something like that. And this is one of the first ones that popped up. So what is the first thing you see? It doesn't have all the tabs at the top that, a website typically has, where the customer needs to figure out, where do I go? What do I click? It's right off the bat, something beautiful to look at. It's got something to do with housing, right? It's got buildings and houses in the back. It's pretty. But it's blurred. So we're not paying too much attention to all the details, right? So we can't get caught up in the details of the picture. We need to focus on the words. And so right away, we know how we can contact them. We know what they're going to do for us. Our customer wants a fast, fair, no hassle offer. Great. I'm going to buy your house for cash. Here it tells them a little bit about themselves and what the customer needs to do. Like, we always need to be clear about what do we want our customer to do, and be clear very quickly what their next step needs to be. So right at the top here, they put in this form to put in the property address, their phone number, their email, and once they click get my cash offer, then it's going to bring up another page that just says, great, we have your information, we'll contact you soon. And basically all that information that the client who visited this site put in there, it gets sent to whoever owns this page. But you'll see that that's everything that the customer needs to know, right? Like, those are the essentials right there at the very top. No muss, no fuss, it's all there. But if they want to know more, then here this site goes down. Here's their logo. Here's a little bit more about who they are, where they're from. Here's some testimonials they've added in. And this is all called a landing page, part of a funnel. And it just goes on and on. You can add as much or as little information as you want. There's all kinds of, you create all of this stuff. It tells them step 1, step 2, step 3, here's what you're going to do, here's how the process is going to go. Again, another form with the same information, just looks a little bit different so they don't have to scroll all the way back up. So sometimes, people want a little bit more information, but they don't need all of it, right? So it's a great idea to be adding these forms, like give a little information, put the form. They might want more information. Give them a little information, put the form. So if you're doing a longer page like one of these, that's a really great format to follow. Okay, at the bottom, they've got some FAQs. That's really great. Some information for their buyer. That's awesome. Or for their seller. I saw the word buyer. So that's all really great. There's great educational stuff here. Reasons why they should do some other things if it's not for them. And then they've got their contact information here in the footer. So yeah, that's it. That is their website. Okay, all that is it's actually called a landing page, and landing pages can be parts of sales funnels. So if you see, as you do your research for some of these platforms, you might search sales funnels. Like ClickFunnels is all about sales funnels. So it's the same thing. The very first page that opens up is called the landing page. And if you have a more complicated process, you may have 2 or 3 more pages after that. All right, so what do you need and where do you start? Well, you need a domain name. That's the very first thing you need. When you're starting a small business, that's where you want to start. GoDaddy and Namecheap, I would check those out first. They are the most cost effective. I did a lot of searching around and I liked those 2 the most. They can be as low or lower than like $10 a year. They will offer you website hosting for an extra cost, but skip that if you want to keep it simple and streamlined by using the funnel or the landing pages. I do recommend that you get a professional domain name instead of the free one through like Gmail or GetResponse. There's a big difference in the professionalism there. After you have your domain name, if you decide to go simple with the funnel system to collect leads, you'll want to research which one is right for you. The 3 I like are ClickFunnels, System.io, and GetResponse. There's a bunch out there, but these are the 3 that I've found have the best user interface, the best customer service, and the most options at the lowest cost. GetResponse will also host your website for free, but the site will have like .getresponse.com. So it'll have your business name, .getresponse.com at the end, and it ends up being really long and fussy and similar to Gmail, how they do theirs. You can get a custom domain and use it inside GetResponse. That's no problem. GetResponse also has website builders, funnel, landing pages, forms, email marketing, product sales, all that stuff. They do have a free account. It's pretty limited. You can do some basic things with it, which might be all you need. So we'll go take a look at that in just a second. System.io is where I host my funnel and lead collection with email marketing for my REI business. I haven't set up the full system that I want with my REI business yet. I was just kind of getting that started and dealing with a lot of other things. So I haven't gotten to the full point yet that I want to get it to. Right now, it's essentially a business card on the web. But I'm going to go back in there when I have some more time and clean it up and put some forms in and do all the things we've been talking about today. ClickFunnels and System.io are top performers for user friendliness, simplicity, customer support. There are a couple of others that I've tested out and were unhappy with, so I stopped really telling people about them. They didn't work as good. But if you find a different one that you like, I would love to hear about it. I'm always loving to hear about new systems that people are finding. So let me take you to the web and we'll take a look at System.io, ClickFunnels, and GetResponse and how they compare. All right, here's GetResponse first. GetResponse, the pricing and plans is pretty good. The free account, the thing I don't like in their free account is you can only have 500 contacts. And oftentimes we have lists that are far greater than 500. But if you're just starting out and you want to do maybe a test batch, like maybe you wanted to do a test list of like cash buyers and you want to start marketing to them about, who you are. Hey, I'm starting to invest in this area. What are you looking for? That kind of thing. If you're trying to get in touch with cash buyers, you're trying to get your face in front of their face several times, you could try that. Or maybe you have a smaller list that is a very specific zip code that you're wanting to market to, and you want to just test this out and you want to use GetResponse for that. That could work for you. The only other thing with their free account too is they have that you can do a landing page, which is what we looked at. That's called a landing page. You can only have one of those. They do have a website builder, so if you decide you do want to go with a full-blown website, they do have that available. You can connect your custom domain to that. They'll have those sign-up forms, the email forms, and pop-ups and all that kind of thing. But it's fairly limited. If you also, I saw with their free account that you see where it says 2,500 newsletters per month. So they're not doing do I remember that correctly? I think they were maybe not doing a full-on campaign. Check into that. Don't quote me on that for sure. But when you set up that campaign that we talked about, several emails all that are going to run automatically, that's more here in this email marketing one, which is, that's not a terrible price. That's pretty good. So you can get unlimited newsletters. If you're going to send out just a single email here or there, that's kind of what they're calling newsletter. You can do unlimited of those. You can do as many landing pages as you want. It has autoresponders, so that's when the email is going out automatically based on how you set it up in the backside. And then it just goes up from there. But these aren't really what we're targeting today. We're looking for our free or low cost options, right? So that's kind of what you're getting. And that's a very high level view. You'll want to go in more and research more for, what you think fits your situation. But that's GetResponse. System.io is what I use right now. I started out with ClickFunnels, and I'll tell you about that in a minute when we get over to ClickFunnels, but I switched over to System.io. And I do have their free account right now. You can have up to 2,000 contacts. Again, this is for actually I have my affiliate marketing business here. I also have my REI business here. But you can have up to 3 funnels in each account. I actually have 2 different accounts, one for each business. But, if you're doing a couple different things and you want to put it all under one account, you could have up to 3 different sales funnels. step, when it says sales funnel steps, that's like, remember how I said you could start with this page and then go to this page and that page and the next, like how many pages you have. You could have up to 15 different steps through there. You could host a blog, which would be really great for REI folks with unlimited blog posts. You can hold a course in there with unlimited students. Most platforms that I know of where you can host a course, they limit the number of students you can have. So this is all really cool for the free versions, why I went with them. Unlimited community members, storage space, automation rules. That has to do with, when you kind of teach the system what you want it to do by itself, so you don't have to go in and do it yourself. There's one simple workflow. You can have one simple email campaign. So, this free version here really is to kind of test things out, see how you like it. And maybe just, you find one particular group that you really want to focus your email marketing on, you use it here. Lots of other things, go in and check that out. But I mean, the next one, 27, but I mean, come on. I haven't seen anything yet in real estate investing. All these tools we're using that are as cheap as 27 bucks a month, where you can get all these. I mean, this is a lot. 10 sales funnels is a lot for REI anyway. Funnel 50, we're not going to need 50 funnel steps. So this is really giving you more than what you would need. 10 automation rules, that's a lot. 5 different workflows, 10 different email campaigns. Think of each campaign as a different list. So you can have 10 different lists that you're putting a specific email campaign towards, because each campaign might be saying something different, or you might be saying the same thing in a different way depending on who you're talking to, right? So this is, 27 bucks a month. That's phenomenal. ClickFunnels. I started out with ClickFunnels. So when I started my affiliate marketing business, the $7 course that I have been talking about throughout this webinar, which I'll leave the link for that course in the description, they use ClickFunnels and Aweber. Aweber is a platform that is solely email automation. So you're running all your campaigns. They do have landing pages that you can do there. They're very, very simple. But so in the $7 course, they teach you you get a free trial basically for ClickFunnels. It's like a 2-week trial. And they teach you how to create these funnels. They teach you how to create the landing page, the thank you page, how to put the email forms in. Everything we talked about today, it's taught in that $7 course. So, and a lot that we didn't cover today: copywriting, business plan, finding a target audience and how to find them. Where are they? How do you figure that out? All kinds of stuff. And they give you, you also get like a free call with like a business plan coach to kind of help you deal with it. It's $7 for all it. They have upsells. They're going to try and upsell you. Okay. Like that's what it is. But you don't need all that to learn all this stuff. So ClickFunnels is where I started, because that's what I was comfortable with, having gone through the course. But now that I've spent some time doing this and reworking things and doing things over and trying to find cheaper ways to do things, that's when I switched over to System.io. So ClickFunnels is the Corvette of sales funnels. It has loads of bells and whistles, amazing customer service. They are just always there for you. They will help you do anything. They have tons of training inside. System.io has a lot of training on the inside and really great customer service too. But ClickFunnels is just way they're more popular. So they have more people, more customers. So they need more people helping out, right? So it's just a bigger operation. And also, I think the deal is, if you don't want to sign up, because I was paying $97 a month for ClickFunnels, I think if you go to cancel it, they're like, hey, wait, what if you want to try it for this price, or something like that. They did actually when I was starting up. So they might do that still. But basically there wasn't a with the basic. Now, ClickFunnels has two versions. They just came out recently with a 2.0. So the 2.0, like I said, it's Rolls Royce. It's all the stuff, email builders, e-commerce sites, CRM platforms. I mean, all the things, right? But if you're just getting started and you want to just do basic things, it didn't have all of that that I needed at the time. And so I had to integrate it with my email autoresponder, which is why I used Aweber. So I had paid for a whole year of using Aweber, but then I canceled my ClickFunnels. So it's just kind of a mess the way I have things set up, to be perfectly transparent and honest with you. I'm using System.io for my funnels, and I'm still using Aweber for my email automation for my marketing business. With my REI business, I'm putting it all into System.io. So when you're getting started with ClickFunnels, if you do choose the low-cost options, you may have to integrate with Aweber. I'm not sure what all they've, because when they updated to 2.0, they may have kind of the original one was called ClickFunnels Classic, and they may have beefed that up a little bit, but I haven't used it in a minute. But what I do know about them, once I scale, if I go to a different platform, it will be ClickFunnels. And so I maintain my relationship with them, and I maintain what's going on kind of at a high level. There's lots of other YouTube videos that you can go check out that will go into a deep dive of like ClickFunnels Classic versus ClickFunnels 2.0, what's the differences. And some of those videos that I've watched lately, they're kind of on the older side. When they brought 2.0 out, there was a lot of stuff that was still in beta, still in testing, that are now live and ready to go. But there are still a few things that aren't ready to go. But for the purposes of this video today and how we're talking about free and low cost marketing, I wanted to show you ClickFunnels because it was ClickFunnels that came up in one of the coaching calls in the REI program that many of us are a part of. And there just wasn't much information given to the person about, how ClickFunnels works and how we can use this type of system in our REI business. Okay, so that's why I really wanted to bring ClickFunnels in and at least show you what's going on. So ClickFunnels is not the free option. You do have 2-week free trial to go in and check it out and learn it and find your way around. It's very easy to use. And I think actually if you did the 2-week trial, it would really be helpful along with that $7 marketing course, because they kind of walk you through all the steps. It'd be helpful to get that practice before you go into something more like System.io that is not quite as seamless, maybe. I mean, it was for me, but I think that might have been because I had the experience with ClickFunnels through that trial and through that testing. But I've seen other people on other boards and in other groups talking about, I'm so lost, I don't know what to do. So because some people just really aren't, this tech stuff is really hard for them. So that's why I always tell people, go through the course, go through the $7 course, get the basics, and then we can come back and have another discussion. So those are the 3 that I wanted to show you. Let's go back here and see where we're at. If you need help, I don't teach the basics of setting all of these systems up. In other words, I don't take people from 0 to where they need to go. The course that I've been talking about for $7 does all that for me. So that's one of those, those activities that I outsource. And so for $7, you can go in and get all the basics of all this stuff and way, way more information besides what we've even talked about today. But I do help people once they've gone through the course and they get stuck. So we need to have kind of a baseline of information, a baseline of understanding, so that I can help you kind of walk through whatever it is you're getting stuck with. So the people who've gone through the course, when they use my link for the $7 course down below, I'll put that. But when they use my link, I get notified. And so I send them an invitation to my private Facebook group. And then I do live calls there, I answer questions, and I talk to people, more one-on-one. And I'll be, I constantly will be posting more trainings there and things like that. It is a super small group right now with only a handful of people. I do that intentionally. I want to make sure I manage the needs of people. And so I keep it, I constantly go through it and see, okay, who's not active, who's not doing stuff, and I just remove them because I really want to focus on the people who need the help and who are like really making moves and going after stuff. Like I said, the link for the $7 course will be in the description. I have included links to those other platforms in the description as well. It doesn't cost you anything additional by using my links. So, if you did get value from today's training, I'd love if you did use my link. Feel free to leave any questions in the comments. I'll do my best to respond to any comments if at all possible. Things get busy or sometimes I don't get notified. Honestly, I've had so many different platforms where so-and-so left a comment, so-and-so left a comment, but they're not telling me where the comment is. But I will do my best to, check and make sure that I'm getting back to people who need help. All right, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and joining me in this webinar. Thanks for coming into my office and my very first webinar. I'm so excited to bring it to you. I'm so excited that you're getting started with a new business. You're getting started as a real estate investor. I really wish you the most success possible, and let me know if there's anything I can do to help. See you later.